Welcome to episode 9 of the Ringo Report. I'm your host, Brandon Ringo. Thank you so much for joining me. There's a lot of stuff to cover. One of the big things that's happening this week, there's a huge calendar of shows that are going to be happening throughout Central Arkansas. There's a lot of big artists happening tonight at the Whitewater Tavern. Actually, is De France. It's a band that's played. They've played basically every venue in this town, from Whitewater to Simmons Bank Arena. They're going to be playing at Whitewater tonight. Friday night at Vino's, there's going to be a really, really cool show featuring a band from New York called Miranda and the Beat. Also, the Flims from Fayetteville, Stepmom, and local support from a band called Daughters of Triton, or DOT. Also happening Friday night in Little Rock, White Mansion, Modeling, Damien Hirst, and the Fossils of Ancient Robots are going to be playing at the Rev Room. And I had to get to meet the dudes from White Mansion recently. They're super, super cool. Their music is really awesome. And this show is going to be for anyone that likes to dance. Modeling is a band from Fayetteville that's played here quite a bit, and you probably already know who they are. Their music's cool. Damien Hirst is also very much kind of in that same vein, kind of more dancing electronic. And then for those that more prefer like more laid back stuff, Friday at Whitewater Tavern, Dylan Earl, Adam Fawcett, and Judy Blank are going to be playing. That's going to be another big show. Dylan Earl and Adam Fawcett are two of the bigger names in as far as the state goes, as far as like country music and like folk music and whatever you call it, you know. So that's going to be a great show. And then Saturday is also super packed. At Grandma Lolly's Party Palace, there's going to be a cool, kind of an indie, more geared show featuring Piecemeal Pact, Kings Mountain Drive, and an artist from Conway called Doohicker. This is their first time playing in North Little Rock. So if you don't know where Grandma Lolly's Party Palace is, check them out on Instagram. They've got a cool map. Another really fun show happening Saturday is going to be at Vino's, and it's going to be Center Stage. It's going to be features a lot of hip hop artists, specifically Tan the Terrible, DA, and Johnny Vine are all absolutely worth checking out. They're going to be part of it. I've seen quite a few of these Center Stage showcases happening at Vino's, and if you're not tuned into the local hip hop scene, this is a great way to do so. Also happening Saturday is going to be another really cool show with Way Away, Resting from Northwest Arkansas, and The Chores are all going to be at Whitewater Tavern. Way Away is really cool. They're kind of like a more laid back indie. The Chores is very much the same thing. The Chores are really, really cool. And you know, it's a band that I got to do a interview with on a recent spotlight on the Instagram page, and they're really awesome. So all that's happening on Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, Monsoon, Pet, Stressor, and Head Empty are going to be playing at Whitewater Tavern. And also happening that night at Vino's is Sanity Slip, Worst Behavior, Dysmorphia, and local heroes Zashed and Hypertension. So it's going to be a cool show. And then an indie show kind of happening early in the afternoon at Dedicated Art Space, which if you don't know where Dedicated is, check them out on Instagram. It's going to be Blanket of M, Piecemeal Pact, Red Rum, and Sin and Punishment, which is like a cool two-person like industrial like music type of project. One of the first artists I actually got to see when I moved here was Sin and Punishment. And then Wednesday, March the 13th, a massive death metal show comes to Vino's featuring Maul, Feticide, and Severe Head Wound. Maul is a band that you've probably seen at Friday Night Fight Metal or Banging in the Rock. This is going to be just a solo gig with them and Feticide or whatever. And these guys are absolutely awesome. And if you like death metal, that's a great show. If you prefer your heavy music to be a little more on the indie side, also happening Wednesday night, the 13th at Whitewater Tavern is going to be Frail Body, Lap, and Heavenly Blue. Frail Body's a band I got to see live also here a couple years ago when they opened for Ken Mode. So this is a lot of cool shows are going to be happening. But another huge show just got announced from the Banging in the Rock guys. It's going to be for Thursday, June 6th, at the Rev Room. They're bringing in Drain, Terror, Angel Dust, End It, and Dead Heat. Uh, so Drain is a band that I hadn't really listened to until their last record came out, and then I heard their Descendants cover, and I was blown away by it. And like the way they're able to present the hardcore music that's heavy and like headbanging, but also very easily digestible, To me, that's my favorite part about Drain. So, and then really with Terror, Angel Dust, and it's such a cool tour. There's a lot more of the bands even that are participating on it. It's Drain's good tour. And so this is absolutely something that's worth the price of admission. So again, that's going to be June 6th at the Red Room. In addition to all the cool shows that are happening, there's also been a lot of really cool music that's been released from Arkansas artists lately. There's been a lot of cool singles. One that I hadn't gotten to yet that I just got to listen to recently is a friend of mine, DA, who's going to be performing at the showcase at Vino's. He just put out a new album called Love Park Volume 2, The Terrible Love Life of DA Swing. It's a really cool hip-hop project because it's got a lot of different sounds. It's got a lot of different voices. There's a lot of local rappers that have been featured on this, and probably a lot of the people that you'll see at the center stage actually are all part of it. And so if you're looking to get into some Arkansas hip hop, DA is definitely a great place to a great artist to check out. Also, again, Tan the Terrible is another great one to check out. So local, I don't know what you'd call it, dream pop or whatever, band Jupiter's Flytrap also just put out a new single called DBAS, which stands for Don't Be a Stranger. And it's very, very laid back. It's got a lot of synthesizers. It's got beautiful vocals, and it's very, very. It's not exactly heavy, but it's very cool and fun music. A band that just put out new music that is extremely heavy is First to Burn. It's a new band that just put out their EP called Last to Fall, and it's got members of a variety of Little Rock hardcore bands. It's got a member of Cardinal Rule. It's got Terminal Nation dudes. It's got a member of Mazenko and Open Casket. It's definitely a cool project to check out. They posted on Instagram recently. They're going to be announcing it for their debut show, and it's sure to be a banger. Another local band that just dropped new music is Ginger Giant. They just put out a new single called Televised, and if you've listened to the stuff that they've been putting out this year, it's very much in the same vein. It's very laid back, cool, indie rock. The vocals on it are really nice, and it's, what can I say? If you know what that band sounds like, you know what this song kind of sounds like, and it's worth checking out. Another cool single that just dropped is the song One Day by Go for Gold, a local pop punk band from Little Rock that has absolutely exploded in the time that I've been living here. So this song is most of the music they've been putting out since I got to meet them has been kind of more like aggressive and like pop punk and very heavy, not heavy, but it's heavier. So this new Go for Gold single is actually quite a bit surprising. It's more acoustic. It's more laid back. It's very got a very catchy chorus, and it's just very. It reminds me of the song In the End a little bit, and it's just a really really it's a nice kind of surprise from these guys, and it's a really really fun song. So definitely check these songs out. Also, this week's Crashcast episode, be sure to check that out, featuring George Rich. I've talked about several of his bands, including Lumina, A Dream in Cellophane. He also was in Smoke Signals and Void Runner. And so be sure to check that out. George is a great dude and extremely talented. And be sure to tune in to next week's episode of the Ringo Report. I'll have more shows to announce, some music news, and plenty of other stuff. Thank you. Also, be sure and check me out on Instagram, the Ringo Report. Also, we have the Facebook, and there's interviews going up every single day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you.